I know these are just cartoons, but I would much rather be safe and not make anyone feel bad mentally or put them in a bad mental state. So, yes, this is a warning. There is going to be racism in some of these cartoons, and there is going to be, there's some physical abuse, and there is some SA and or SH. Not self-harm, sexual harassment. So, I wanted to put that out there to make sure everyone stays safe today and is okay in their mental. Thanks. Today we're going to be talking about banned children's TV episodes. So I want to share with you guys episodes I found that were banned and or end up becoming banned because of racism, which is crazy. I know it shouldn't be because, people are freaking racist. It's just so disturbing to see that. Like, to see people doing like blackface and stuff on cartoons, like seeing your beloved characters like Tom and Jerry, and definitely Popeye. Popeye is like filled to the brim with racism, and like to like take a step back and be like, wow, it wasn't even that long ago. And then you have violence and or topics that kids shouldn't even be thinking about. Kids shouldn't even be wondering about. I'm going to be trying to find episodes and or do episodes that I haven't personally heard of. So, there's actually sustenance or substance to my content. So yeah. All right, so this first episode is called Minnie Takes Care of Pluto. The whole episode is where Pluto is imagined. Hi, Cleo. They're like a divorced couple. That's what it feels like. Like they're a divorced couple and they're like trading off Pluto. And Pluto just gets dropped off at Minnie's house and Mickey's like, bye, bitch.
Hiya, Minnie. I need you to take care of Pluto for the afternoon. Would you, please?
But, Mickey, I'm in the middle of spring cleaning.
You can clean next spring. Here's his food.
Bye, bitch.
But Mickey,
So that was interesting. And Minnie gets really pissed off, but not at the right person. Minnie gets pissed off at Pluto, and Pluto's just existing. Pluto doesn't have a choice, so that's pretty gross.
ooh, that makes me so mad, so you better just stay out of my way. Got it?
It's Pluto gets buried alive and spooky. Minnie. Pluto gets poisoned with food. Ooh, spooky. And then as your next step would be in murdering a dog, you would chase him around with a Pluto attempts manslaughter.
You know what you gotta do.
Yeah, Pluto proceeds to roll what I remember correctly is a bowling ball down the stairs in an attempt to kill Minnie, but then proceeds to kill himself. So Minnie had no want or desire to murder Pluto. Pluto did the deed for her. Manslaughter, am I right? Yeah. Pluto ends up going to heaven. And then they're like, no, you're not allowed here. You're going to hell. So Pluto ends up in hell, and a bunch of other dogs piss on him.
Bad dog. I'm afraid we don't allow your type in here at all. Sorry.
Hey, about time you got here. Come on. Let me show you your eternal punishment.
Next we have an episode, and it's Pingu Runs Away. I never personally watched Pingu as a kid. So when I first entered and watching Pingu, I was very confused because I couldn't recognize the language. They speak Penguinese, so that was actually very entertaining, and I would have loved this as a child. And now, actually, I really was entertained, and I thought it was very cute. So it starts off with Pingu throwing a bunch of attitude. He starts throwing gang signs and proceeding to threaten his mother, and then denies her food and throws at her. They get really mad. They spank Pingu, which is shown on screen, him being spanked and hurt. So yeah, Pingu gets abused on screen. He then runs off because if you don't feel safe in your own house, where are you supposed to feel safe? You run off. He runs off. He turns around. He starts throwing more spell casting at the house. He curses it. And then he runs off. But Pingu, he runs off the screen. Ice creatures appear. Apparently these ice creatures were too scary for children. Who am I to judge? I mean, sure, they probably were. I was scared as a kid of things getting too close to the screen, so I'm sure children were scared of the ice monsters. So ice monsters happen. They end up being worried about Pingu. They find Pingu, and then they're like all happy and stuff. So yeah, this episode got banned due to spanking and scary ice monsters. Alright, we have another Pingu episode, which I thought it was so freaking cute. Apparently parents were offended by the beak-on-beak action. They were offended that penguins kissed on screen. They thought it was inappropriate for children to see. I don't see the harm in watching two penguins kiss. I don't see the harm in watching two humans kiss, but I'm also not a parent, so... But yeah, they're like, not our penguins! The beak-on-beak action is controversial. Okay, so we have this episode of Tom and Jerry. This episode did get banned due to blackface. It's really horrendous, to see, beloved characters like Tom and Jerry do blackface. It really changes the whole mood to, everything. It was pretty gross to watch that play out. What the good thing about this is that they're all banned. Also, I noticed that the female cat was interesting. She didn't look like a cat. She looked like a giant mouse, which was very weird. Not really disturbing or anything, but I just wanted to point that out because it was weird and I didn't much enjoy the design. So, piss off, Tom and Jerry! Sorry, I shouldn't flip. This episode is a Mickey Mouse episode. It's called The Shindig, I think. Basically, the reason it was banned was because this utters. It was utterly unbelievable. Basically, there's a scene where ding 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 da 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 da, they're dancing, and then they walk up and the guy starts knocking on a door and he pulls a cow's tail. The cow gets out of bed, utter out. That's fine, right? Until she puts on clothes. That's when it's like, oh, she was naked. So basically, the reason that this episode, Shindig, was banned was because there was a naked cow on screen. I will say I don't blame them for banning this episode. Because the utter design was not it. It was not it. It was weird. I don't say it was sexualized. It doesn't feel like it was sexualized, but it was uncomfortable to watch because the udder hangs in between her legs and it kind of whoosh rather than stay up on her stomach. It's a bit weird. I don't know why they chose that. But yeah, that's why it is. Also, I did thoroughly enjoy watching Mickey Mouse perform. And I actually love the little cow. I want to put that out there. This cow is so cute. I'm just a little put off by the utter usage. Placement. It's a little weird. I saw this episode everywhere. Every single list I looked at, this one was there. It's an episode called Elephant Issues, an episode of the Looney Tunes. Homie pops open a cold one with the boys.
Or a cold one. You mean that's beer?
And basically, it's a demonstration on how not to overdrink. Underage drinking, folks. That's what our tunes were doing. That's what the Looney Tunes were doing. Yeah, there was underage drinking. It was actually like basically a PSA, but I guess people didn't take it that way. Because it kind of made it look fun. I'm not gonna lie. That's my thought.
I know, but in this episode, we're showing the evils of alcohol. Ugh, now you. Look. Blue?
But yeah, this one was banned due to underage drinking. And I commented that I don't think that kids understand what they're trying to say. I don't think that they're thinking, oh, that's underage drinking, beer bad. In first grade, we were talking about drinking and driving. When she said that, I said, yeah, my dad drinks and drives. I meant he drank Powerade and He drove and drank Powerade.
How about we go for a little ride? Do you mean like steal the car, risk going to jail? Sounds like fun.
I think it probably was spooky because their characters started acting weird, very out of character, and then they died. They drove off a cliff, and they died. So,
Lucky, how does it feel to be DWI?
DWI, what's that?
DWI, driving while intoxicated.
That's not a very good sign.
I guess it just didn't sit well with the parents. But then it ends up being a whole act and the thing being like, no underage drink. So, there is an episode of Stimpy and Ren and Stimpy. No wonder why it sounded so weird. Ren and Stimpy, where the imagery was too disturbing for children. I think that a lot of Ren and Stimpy were disturbing for children. I liked it. But yeah, so apparently the imagery was too disturbing. Ren, he starts off, he's very angry at the world. He's angry at everyone. He doesn't want to deal with it. He goes off and sits in a cave. They block the cave off. He lives there.
Someone's la la la.
Get it with you. You and the whole world. I'm going where I can be alone. Once and for all. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be checking in. See ya. Never again. Enjoy! Loser.
He immediately starts talking to a corpse.
Someone to talk to.
Yeah,
Who can talk
someone
back?
who died underneath a rock. He starts talking to it. That's his friend.
Old man.
He has all these hallucinations, blah, blah, blah. He starts doing things because he's alone.
Who are you? You're not my friend. You're just here to trick me. so he can steal all my stuff. Stand back! One false move, and the mummy gets it!
Where he sees bats hanging off the ceiling, and he goes for it, and he thinks that the udders sound magnificent, a chef's kiss. He thinks that it sounds delectable, a delicacy even. And then he goes directly for the udders, which I think is interesting because when I'm hungry, I never picture an actual live animal, and I never picture that animal suckling on their tits. This one was everywhere as well. I have to talk about it, and I'm definitely gonna talk about it, and I'm very disturbed. I am. This is for children. This is for children. I did not. No. But Rocco's modern life. I was shocked and disturbed by the first few seconds. You cannot tell me that cute.
Her eyes, so full and round and supple. Give yourself to me now.
No, I'm so confused. My heart says yes, my head says no. Oh, help me.
I will help you.
You are a man like no other. Kiss me.
You cannot tell me that Cupid does not look like a ball sack. I wasn't just being perverted here. That phony looks like a ball sack. That's not a pig. That's a ball sack. Sorry. You guys can see for yourself, but don't make me feel weird. That's a ball sack. Not that I would know what that looks. I don't know what's a ball sack. I'm just saying because it's funny. Now, what I find very interesting is that even the imagery of that's a ball sack. That's a ball sack. That's disconcerting, right? But then you have the whole topic of the show. Not the show, sorry, the episode. The episode is a wife not getting enough attention from her husband and then looking for other ways to fulfill that need. I'm sorry, but what kid is going to be in this situation? Not only does a kid need to know how to deal with this situation, they don't. A kid needs to learn about this situation. No. A kid does not need to learn about this situation. Not even a preteen needs to learn about this situation. No. There's literally no reason for this episode to have existed. Except for weirdos, I guess.
Oh, Ed, am I that uninteresting anymore? A girl likes to feel attractive, that's all. Just a little attention from a man once in a while. Oh, you're doing such a nice job with your yard, Rocco. I was wondering, perhaps you'd like to earn a few extra bucks helping me with some odd jobs.
This frog is horny as all hell. She's so horny. Horn dog. Horn frog. Dude, I'm just saying this episode was crazy to watch. I would definitely say that I'm glad I put it near the end of the list because it was one of the most disturbing ones. She brings Rocco in and starts having him do stuff as any horny, lonely wife would do. She brings him inside just to get him inside. I mean that in multiple ways. So he's inside. He's fixing things. He fixed the VCR for her, or whatever the heck. And he sits on the couch because he's like, watch. She's like, watch this with me. It's porn, frog porn. How do frogs mate? She's like, watch this so you can put it in me. And then also, I noticed a theme across all movies and TV shows. When there's a lonely, horny mom, they start making lemonade. I don't know if that's a sign that this mom is horny or lonely. I don't know if it's cute. I don't know if it's something. Is there some code that I didn't learn because I'm not a horny, lonely mom? Sorry. Horny, lonely wife. I guess horny people just be making lemonade.
Would you zip me up, darling? Oops. Oh. Don't you like my eyes? Hmm? Oh, yes. They're lovely. Touch them. Yes. Oh, my. Very soft and veiny. Oh, you always
Then
know
it gets to a
exactly
part where
what
she
to
mentions,
say.
oh, you shaved for me. You know what that means?
You shaved.
She's implying he shaved his dingalingas for her. When you ask a man, you shaved for me? When you ask even a female that usually implies private parts. So, just putting that out there.
Okay, Mrs. Bighead. I'll be going now. I'll, just pick up my shirt later. Here's a couple of bucks I owe you. Mr. Bighead, it's not what you think. Mr. Bighead, this is quite a Mrs. Bighead you have here. Why, if I weren't the gentleman I am, I would just, well,
This whole episode, I was freaking out. Surface level, surface level, surface level, surface level. Don't think any deeper. Surface level, surface level. Don't think into it. Just on the surface, baby. Just on the surface. Cupid is not a pig. That's a balls. I'm sorry, but it's got that balls. That was Kids Band episodes. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, like more band stuff. I like creepy stuff. I'm going to be talking about creepy nursery rhymes next, stuff like that. I'm not going to say next because no promises up. I'd probably be playing video games. But yeah, so let me know if there's any topics that you think I should cover. I'm down to cover anything, really. I'm down, except sports. Keep them away. Demon. Bleh. Bye.